Hey guys, what is up? Fluffy Ninja from Warp Crew Paintball and Warp Sports Chicagoland. I know I've been gone for a while. I do apologize about that. Just had a lot of shit going on. But I'm here to talk to you today about barrels, I guess. Or, I mean, at least one barrel in particular. So this is always in my gear bag. This is a Deadly Wind barrel carrying case. I love this thing. It's super small and it holds pretty much everything that I need. So open it up. Got one of the swabs in there. I have another one kind of tucked in there. This is a. Oh, sorry. This one is a. Oh, what gun was it? Defender. It's a Defender barrel that I had bored out to take XL inserts. But this is the GOG slash DLX slash Shocker GOG Freak XL barrel. This is their carbon fiber barrel. It's by far my favorite barrel on the market. Every time that I do get to play, this is the one that I use. Like, doesn't matter what gun. It could be the LV1, it could be, the CVO, it could be the MG100 back there. Doesn't matter. It could be a pump or the autococker. Doesn't matter. This is the barrel that I'm going to use. Even if I wanted to, the Spider or a Tippmann or anything like that, because these threads at the back here, I remember how to take them off. These threads come off. This is the thread adapter for the barrel. It just comes like this, basically. And then you get the thread of your choice that you get to pick either from the website or from your local shop. Like, they should be able to order it for you in whatever thread you want. Then, of course, it takes a Freak XL insert. My 687 goes in there, and it just screws back on. It's reverse threaded, kind of like the Planet Eclipse barrels. But this is, without a doubt, my favorite barrel. I get a lot of questions on this barrel all the time. One of my other videos that I had, I think for the EMAC, they're like, "Oh, what barrel is that?" It's this barrel. I've sold and rebought this barrel I don't know how many times to pay bills, and then when I finally had enough money to get another one, I got one. But if you are looking for like the best, probably one of the lightest, most accurate barrels, I would go with this. Now, there's a lot of companies out there, Carbon, they're like, "Oh, our barrel's the lightest." The Field with their Aculat kit, "Oh, we're the best." It really is all down to personal preference, I think. Most markers come with a stock barrel. Stock barrel is totally fine for a while until you want to get into, a little bit more accuracy, a little bit more air efficiency. These can help that. It's not going to make a huge difference. You're not going to be going from shooting one pot on your Tippmann 98 to shooting 40. That doesn't make sense. A barrel can't help you that much. It will make it a little bit more ball on ball. I mean, as long as your barrel's clean, it'll be ball on ball. But, again, this will help that situation. GOG did just release a new tip for the regular XL barrel. The regular XL barrel is totally fine. That helps with like mud and rain and stuff like that. Like, that's awesome too. Again, it really is all down to personal preference and how much you're willing to spend on a barrel for your marker. The first and foremost thing is that you should know your marker back to front, up to down, left and right. Whatever the situation is, that, oh, my gun stopped shooting, you know the situation that caused this, and you're able to fix it. But when you look for those little incremental upgrades, you should probably shoot at least 20 to 50 cases through your marker before you're like, well, I want to upgrade it now. There's no reason to upgrade a marker straight out of the box. The ETHA 2, the Shocker XLS, the whatever the fuck Planet Eclipse is coming out with, like, there's no reason to upgrade your gun immediately out of the box at all. Shoot 20 cases through it, and you're like, you know what, I've got a handle for it, I know how it shoots, I love it, I've taken it apart 1,000 times, put it back together 1,000 times, it still works. I've changed the battery at least 40 times, like, I know how this gun works, it's perfect how it is. what can I do to improve it? You know, you should, barrels are always a good option. You know, maybe an upgraded bolt. There's a lot of companies that came out with upgraded bolts for guns that I deem completely unnecessary because they're not really needed. What you need to do with your gun to get better with it is to play with it. End of story. There was a post like probably a year ago now where this guy said, "Hey, I just got an ETHA 2. What do I need to do to upgrade it?" And the guy said, "Play with it." Like, that's really it. How do you make a gun more accurate? You get used to the shot. You know, it's like, okay, I shot, kicked a little bit to the right. Now I know, boom, ball right on target. You know, instead of this accuracy by volume kind of thing that a lot of us have kind of adopted to. You know, well, I need to play pump, you know, to get more accurate. I need to have this barrel. I need to have this setup to be accurate and hit somebody with one shot from, 20 yards away. Like, no, you need to make sure that your gun works. You need to make sure your gun's clean. Pump players are spectacular players to watch, absolutely. And it's because they've played with their pump for so long that they know exactly what each shot is going to do. If they miss a shot, they go, "I know exactly why I missed that," and they get them on the next ball. Pump players are more accurate because they only have one shot in the chamber. They can't just, rail away at you. They have to every time. So, I mean, yeah, there's auto triggers and stuff like that, and those are really fun on some guns, like especially if like somebody deserves it and you overshoot them with a pump gun. That's really fun. Autocockers are more accurate. No, the guys that play with and build their own autocockers know that gun so intimately that they do know exactly why it's shooting. Granted, I have an autococker that I didn't build but put together, and for some reason it's not shooting. I don't know why. I've taken it apart down to the bolts and I can't figure that out, but that's on me. It's going to be sent off, time tuned, whatever, and then I'll learn how to deal with it after that. So like the LV1 behind me, I know exactly how that shoots. Granted, that gun hasn't been in my hands for a very long time because it was passed around our team. That is our Hor LV1. It has been through probably about, I want to say 150 to 200 cases, maybe more, in the last season and a half that it's been owned. It's just, that is the gun that, hey, do you have the LV1 with you? Yeah. All right, good, because people need to get fucked with right now. And you throw a tank and loader on that and you go fuck with people. But that is, I mean, this video started about barrels. But the XL Carbon is definitely my personal preference. But the rant aside, to get more accurate with your paintball marker is you need to play with your paintball marker. You need to learn every bit of it, no matter how small. Like, oh, for some reason, like, my gun stopped detecting there's a ball. You should know why. It's because your eyes are dirty. It's because you broke paint. It's because, there's so many reasons that could happen. My gun stopped shooting. My gun is leaking. Like, you should know exactly why, what, and where everything needs to be. Like on the shockers, it took us a couple seconds because shockers hold a shot. If you hit the bolt release, the bolt pops out, but one of the O-rings flips. Go to load the bolt back in. For some reason, your gun's leaking. Pop the bolt out. Roll that O-ring back in. All of a sudden, you're good. We had that situation on my XLS, Krista's XLS, and then somebody's XLS that was in the shop. And because we had both dealt with it, we were able to fix it pretty quickly. We had to contact Corage to make sure that we weren't missing anything else. And he's like, nope, that should be it. But to get your gun more accurate, to get your gun more air efficient, that's a whole nother topic. That really does depend on the gun, the marker, the input pressure, the size of your tank, stuff like that. Like, people are blown away when, like, they call me a liar and they say they don't believe me when I said I shot 13 pods off of 77 on a CVO. No, I did that. I've done it multiple times. People have watched me do it multiple times. My finger hurts for days afterwards. but I can do that, and that's because I've played with that gun enough that I know exactly how that 13th pod, the 100th shot in there, I know exactly how that's going to go. It's going to piddle out probably about halfway to my target. So I know that I have to get closer. You know, it's one of those things that, like, once you play with your gun for so long, and then there's these guys that get new guns every season. The tournament guys, they get new guns every season. Most of them, when they get a new gun, though, they will play with that gun exclusively for the first 10, 15 practices, and then they know that gun. A lot of pros sell their guns after tournaments, but that's because they know they can turn around and get a new one, and the next week they're practicing with that gun, shooting 10 cases through it, and by then they already know. You know, like, granted, tolerances have become a lot tighter with manufacturers on their markers, so that way they know, hey, yeah, we have to make sure that this gun does this at 50,000 shots every time. So every marker that we make hits this mark at 50,000 shots. Every marker that we make might do this at 10,000 shots. Well, we can't have that, and they have to tighten it up a little bit more. So it makes it a lot more consumer friendly. Before, when it was autocockers and automags on the market, well, my gun stopped shooting after 10 shots. Well, you're fucked. Like, send it back to the manufacturer. That's all you can do. But because guys have become so well versed in playing with those markers, oh, well, ask him. He knows exactly why, because he's played with an automag for the last 20 years, and he knows exactly what's happening. So it's one of those things that, like, get to know your marker intimately. Like, I was at PBX a couple years ago, and somebody's ETHA started leaking, and I was able to fix it right there. And that's because I had that same thing happen to my ETHA. I shot, I don't know how, I'm talking about the ETHA 1. I shot probably about 40 cases through my ETHA 1, had problems up and down. I never shot my bolt out of my gun. I don't know how the fuck that became a thing. But I had so many problems up and down that I was able to work through, talk with Planet Eclipse, talk with other techs that I knew, and they were like, oh, well, that sounds like this issue on this other marker. Try this, and that was able to fix my problem. Like, that's the thing. We are living in an age of such collective knowledge, especially of paintball markers, because we're such a tight group of people that only know this one thing, or that all know this one thing very intimately, the love and passion of paintball, that we're all willing to help each other out. So that's why I do these videos, is to help newer players, to help players that maybe haven't experienced an issue, you know, like stuff like that. I don't know, like, this video got super long, super ranty, and I do apologize for that. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I know videos have been gone for a while. It's just a lot of shit is going on. I felt like I did need to make this video, though, because I did get asked about this barrel a lot. And, you know, while the beginning of it has, you know, that touches on it, you know, like, short of picking one up for yourself and experiencing it for yourself, I can't really give you an accurate representation of my feelings, except that I love this barrel. I throw it on every gun that I use. It's been in billions of setups that I've used. You know, it's like, oh, it's autococker 30, cool, I'm gonna throw my barrel on it real quick. And, you know, it's been in countless weekend loadout videos, because it is my favorite barrel by far. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.